All right, help me, Heather. Man, I am having my monthly cycle and I stepped on the scale and my weight was up 10 pounds. And I'm kind of freaking out and spiraling out of control about this. So let's have like a really good conversation here on how to talk yourself off the ledge. I want to have you asking yourself a couple really important questions. Do you really believe that the human body can gain 10 pounds of body fat overnight just randomly without eating copious amounts of food? And I mean, I'm talking copious amounts of food. The answer is no, right? So what we do know, let's always refer back to science for a second. What we do know is the human body naturally, under normal circumstances, just living normal life, fluctuates 2 to 6 pounds every given day. That doesn't include a female's menstrual cycle, which as a coach and primarily working with females, I have seen the weight gain around the cycle being anywhere from 2 to 10 pounds. That is a totally normal range. So 2 to 10 pounds, meaning that your average weight, let's just say it was 150 before your cycle, don't be shocked if it's going up to 152, 160, if you were to be falling in that range. So that is a totally normal, because keep in mind, there's things you can influence in your body, but you will never have direct control of hormones, sodium, fluid retention. None of that is in your wheelhouse, right? That's all your body. Your body gets to make those decisions. You influence your weight over time by choosing to eat less calories, whether you track them or not, by potentially moving a little bit more. Those behaviors, eating, more fruits and vegetables, more lean proteins, things that would support weight loss, right? And you want to keep in mind, I influence my weight over time. I don't directly control it. It's kind of like the weather, right? The weather, you control nothing. You influence nothing. You wake up, you walk outside, it's raining. You're not going to do anything about that. You wake up, you go outside, it's frigid cold. You're not going to do anything about that. Put your jacket on, right? But your weight you can influence, you just can't control it. So it's kind of in between 100% control and 0% control. It's somewhere in between. Maybe you can influence and lose a couple pounds per month, or even an average of 1 pound per week over the course of months and months and months by making some adjustments to your diet and to your fitness. Great, you're influencing it in a positive direction. On the day-to-day, you can't micromanage your weight. It is not yours to micromanage. Now, the other thing I want to mention is, if you think about it, if we stay with the context of the weather, when you go outside on a cold, blustery day and it's 20 degrees Fahrenheit, you don't flip out and go, oh my God, it's 20 degrees Fahrenheit. What am I going to do about this? No, you don't do anything. And you're not shocked when you come out later that day, sun's up, and now it's up to 40 degrees Fahrenheit. You'd be like, oh yeah, it got a little warmer out, right? You're acknowledging the fact that weather changes. It's forever fluctuating. It's never one consistent number. Your weight is the exact same way. You could wake up in the morning, you could weigh 152. You drink a glass of water, you're now 153.5. You go to the bathroom, now you're back to 150. Like, it's literally no different than the barometer outside your house that's reading the temperature. It's constantly in flux. You're never one weight. So getting attached to that, when we think about it really logically, right, makes no sense. So the reason that it's good to desensitize yourself to the scale, and I have a course in the community called Getting Sane with the Scale, the reason it's a good idea to do this process is because unless you're going to all the time stay off the scale, like you're never going to get on it, you're not going to know what behavior your body, how your body responds to weighing in during your monthly cycle. You don't know how your body reacts when it's under the weather. You don't know how your body reacts with weight when it's a very hot, humid day and you consume a lot of fluids. By being unaware of that, you're kind of putting yourself at a disservice, because then when you do choose to step on the scale, like you're on your diet and you're like, oh, I'm weighing in now, all of this feels like a shock to you. You're like, oh my God, my scale, I'm up 10 pounds on my cycle. But your body's always done that. You just were unaware of it. You have to keep in mind, just because you step on the scale and you see that, doesn't mean month after month after month, your body hasn't been weighing in 10 pounds heavier during your cycle. So this is why I like daily weighing. This is why even if you did it for just several months, it's a good practice, because what you start to see are these patterns, right? Cycle week, I jump up 10 pounds. Maybe the rest of the month I'm at this weight. You start to look at it completely differently. If you go out to eat, oh, this is how my body responds. The more you become a scientist of your own body and learn about it and become self-aware about it, the less you get freaked out, the less it really puts you on that emotional roller coaster of, oh my gosh, X happened. What should I do? You shouldn't do anything. That's what it does every month. That's just part of being in your body. That's the experience you're in, right? And so sometimes it's just about learning to be patient, doing the habits and actions, and knowing it will correct itself. So had you been doing daily weigh-ins, had you gone through an entire menstrual cycle, maybe the very first day you are up 10 pounds, but then what if around day 3, your weight starts to trail back down, and by the next week, your body weight's back to normal. Now you know, now you're self-educated. Oh, okay, my body weight's usually gonna be the highest on the first day of my cycle. And maybe down day 3, it's coming down a little bit, right? And I know the progression that it follows, so that way I'm not shocked. I'm not in shock and awe, right? No, it does this every month, you know? And that's what I would encourage all women. The way that you become more powerful over the scale is by self-education, by beginning to understand what's happening, not to think you can change it or micromanage it, but so you understand the flux that occurs, so you can mentally be better prepared. And so you can really see, when you take a step back, you're looking at big picture. So from last cycle to this cycle, how much did you lose? If you lost 3 or 4 pounds, great. This week, your weight might be all over the place, but if you know you've lost 3 or 4 pounds between your 2 cycles, then you know you've made progress, right? Whereas on the day-to-day, if that's all you're looking at, you might get freaked out when you have your cycle, and you might think you have not made any progress. So this is why big picture is so important. This is why self-awareness with your body is so important. And this is about taking out the emotion and looking at it through a more logical lens. You guys have a great day. Please like and subscribe, share the videos, and let me know in the comments how I can better help you. You guys take care.